Hello and welcome to Alex on Board Games. My name is Alex McNeese and I love board games and talking about them and telling you what I feel about them. And today we are talking about a game called Sea, Salt and Paper. This is Sea, Salt and Paper. Look, it's only a little box card game. Very small, very little box. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to tell you all about it and its two expansions, Extra Salt and Extra Pepper, and what I think about them. So this is Sea, Salt and Paper 2022, released by Bruno Catala and Theo Riviera, and then since then there have been the two expansions, Extra Salt and Extra Pepper, that have gone in. In this game, it starts off with just one pile of cards, and there's a massive, it's not a crazy pile of cards. That is the initial set of cards. You start off with one pile of cards, and on your turn, you pick up two, and you get to keep one, and you discard into a discard pile. There are always going to be two discard piles. As soon as one is empty, has to be discarded into. So on your turn throughout most of the game, you're either taking two blind and choosing one to keep, or taking one from the discard piles which are face up, so you know exactly what you're getting. So do you take one that you can see, that you know how you're going to use, or go blind because you might be able to get something better. Or, and even then, that's a simple choice from the very start, and it's a set collection game. With your cards, you're either collecting pairs of cards that you can play to gain an advantage. For instance, if you play two boat cards, you get an extra turn. If you play two fish cards, you get to take another card off the top. If you play two crab cards, you get to go through a discard pile and take a random card. If you play a shark and a swimmer, you get to steal a card off an opponent. So the cards have different benefits if you play them both. And by playing them, you get a point and you get to take that benefit. But also there are cards that are more set collection. You might collect shells or you might collect anchors. And if you collect more of the same type of card, the points for them go up. The cards come on various types. For instance, this would be an example of a swimmer card. Look at the beautiful origami work in that swimmer card. Or an example of a crab card that it says at its corner you've got one crab. If you're looking for a second crab, you can get a play and then get a point and go for that. You might have a fish card. If you get two of these fishes, that's how you get a random card off the top. Or you might get, this is an anchor. If you collect one anchor, you've got 0 points. But as soon as you get two anchors, it goes up to 5 points. And then you might be collecting octopi. Octopuses, octopi, I'm going for it. If you only get one, then you get 0 points. But then 3, 6, 9, and 12. And it also tells you bottom how many there are. So there are 5 in the deck. Look at the origami art. It's absolutely beautiful. At its core, that is the game. You are either collecting sets of something to score points or collecting pairs of things to get 1 point and then have a game advantage by either getting cards, stealing cards, finding extra cards or whatever. It's a race to 40 points if you're playing in two players, 35 or 30 points depending on how many players you're playing with. But the real key to this is how you get to those points and how you stop the game. You don't just go try and get 40 points and you keep playing until you've got your 40. No, every time you get to 7 points, you can make a choice to carry on. So if you're hand and you're like, I've got 7 points, at that moment, you can either say nothing and the other person gets a go, you carry on, try and get some more points. Or you can say stop. If you say stop, you get the points you've got so far and your opponent or opponents get the points they've got so far. Nice and simple, then you have another round. If you say last chance, it's a little gamble. And this is where this game is beautiful. This gamble is such a glorious moment because it's then what you're saying to everyone is, I've got more than 7 points. You actually say, last chance, I've got 9 points. And you show your 9 points. Everyone else has one more turn. And if they, on that turn, can beat your 9 points, if they on that turn can beat your score, then you don't get your 9 points. You only get a very small amount of points. You get your colour bonus, they call it, which is usually only 2 or 3 points. And the other guys get their main score. So you're saying, but if they don't catch up your score, you get your total score and your colour bonus. So what you're saying is, I'm going to gamble to get extra points that you're not going to catch me up. So if you've quickly got to quite a high score, laying down that last chance to gamble to get extra points is a really huge thing. And so every time you're at 7 points, you're like, oh, shall I stop the game straight away and take my points? Shall I give everyone another chance and get even more points if it works? Shall I just not say anything and carry on the game and then see if other people want to do that and see if I can gather even more points in the next few turns? So that, just simply having that choice all the time so quickly is beautiful. And you just keep playing round after round after round until the first person gets to 40 points. At the end of that round, whoever has the most points wins the game, which is really beautiful. But there's another way to win, a little secret way to win. There's another card, and it's this mermaid card. This mermaid card, look at how beautiful that mermaid is drawn. Look at how lovely it is. The mermaid card. There are 4 mermaid cards in the deck. If you, at any point, have all 4 mermaid cards in your hand, you automatically win the game. Not the round, not anything, the whole game. Even if the opponent has 35 points, the other guy's got 35 points and you've got 4, and you get all 4 mermaids, everything is cancelled, you automatically win. I have seen it happen one time on Board Game Arena. I have never seen it happen live in all the times I've played. Can you get 4 mermaids? I would love to play a game where someone gets 4 mermaids. It would make me very excited. I'm excited now just thinking about the possibility of it happening. So that is the mermaids. And so you're always thinking, sometimes you're sitting there and early on you've drawn 2, maybe 3 mermaids, and you're like, oh, look, these mermaids have got me points anyway, because they do score you normal points in a way. And you're like, but I could just hold on. And so you might be on 10 points, but you're like, I'm not stopping because I'm trying to find that 4th mermaid. At which point someone else steals your card. And when they get a shark or something, they might get a shark and a swimmer and therefore steal one of your mermaids. You're like, it's one of my... Oh, I just find this game really exciting. Every time I'm playing it, I'm constantly thinking, how many points have I got? How many have they got? Are they going to steal one of my good cards? Should I stop the game now to fight against the steal, or should I carry on? Whatever you're doing, whenever you're doing it, you're constantly worried at what the other person is going to do, as well as your own game, which makes it super exciting. So already, I think Sea Salt and Paper is a fantastic game, and I already think it's brilliant. But then they brought out an expansion. They brought out an expansion called Extra Salt. Extra Salt is just 8 cards. An entire expansion is 8 cards. And if you look, the 8 cards have the same backing as the normal cards. They are just 8 more cards to go into the deck. I was really excited when I saw this because I thought to myself, I'm not sure what to add to this game. And only adding 8 cards meant it was just a little bit more of the same. But I thought the cards they added were really interesting. For instance, they added this card, which is 1 point for every crab card you have. In the main deck, you've got a card that is 1 point for every shell, 1 point for every fish, or 1 point for every boat. It made no sense to me that there wasn't an equivalent card for crabs. So that card, I just think, should have been in the original game. It made no sense that it wasn't. And when it was in the expansion, I thought, well, that makes sense. So that makes sense. However, you've got these other cards. You have three of the 8 are star cards. And this is where, when you lay your 2 cards, say your 2 boats to get an extra turn, normally you'd get 1 point and an extra turn, or 1 point and take a card, an extra card. These say, instead of getting 1 point, you get 3 points, but you don't get the special action. So you've got a choice. Do I lay my pair and just get 1 point and a special action, or do I lay my pair with a star and get 3 points, but choose not to take the special action? It doesn't add much complexity. It's just another choice you can make if you have a pair. Perfectly sensible. Very nice. Now, when you have the chance to steal, say you had the swimmer and the shark, instead of swimmer and shark, this gives you the option to play swimmer with jellyfish, which stings the opponent. If I played a swimmer with a jellyfish, the opponent on their turn can only take 1 blind card, and that is their turn. They're not allowed to stop. They're not allowed to last chance. So it's just kind of like stinging the opponent. It's the jellyfish stinging the swimmer and allowing them to not have a turn effectively. Nice and simple. I like them. Nice mechanism. The last 2, you have the wild card, the seahorse. Look at that, there's a nice little artwork, isn't it? The wild card seahorse. He acts as a shell, or an octopus, or an anchor. So whatever you've got, he acts as one of them, and it could be a wild card. So it's just a wild card on the collection. Very nice. And then my favourite, and possibly a bit overpowered because I really like it, the crabs, which I would say were the least useful in the original game. The crab now has a lobster to go with it. And if you play a lobster and a crab, the little symbol there says take 5. You can take 5 cards off the top of the deck and choose your favourite. So instead of on your normal turn taking 2, taking 5 cards and choosing your favourite, that gives you a really good wide option of cards to choose from. I think that is a very powerful card. There's only one of it, and when you've only got 1 card that is of that in a deck this big, it's not always going to come out. It's not always going to appear, but I think that is a super powerful card, and I really like it. So, Extra Salt as an expansion, nice and simple, adds 8 cards to the game, and I think does a great job. It's nice. It just, more of the same, and sometimes you want more of the same. So when they were bringing out another expansion, Extra Pepper, a little bit of me was excited because I love the game and I thought I would love to see what this is and how it's going to go. But I was also like, I don't think I need more cards. I don't think I need anything else. I love the game as it is. So when I opened up Extra Pepper and the cards were this way around with a different backing. Ooh, there we are. It's got a different backing colour and they're the other way around. I thought they're doing something different. And I was so pleased to see these weren't more cards to go in the deck. These are different. These are each round. So before you might, in a whole game, you might play, 6, 7 rounds. Each round now has a extra rule just for that round, depending on which of these 12 cards is randomly placed on the top. And it just adds extra rules into the game. For instance, it might just be octopuses have extra points available to them. And so you might want to try and collect octopuses if you have. This card says, if you do the 2 crabs for 1 point and you get to take a card from a discard pile, this time you get to take a card from each discard pile. So just from that round, the crabs are more powerful. Or on this one, if you do lay a swimmer and another swimmer, if at any point you've got 2 swimmers, you can look at different cards. Or if at any point you've got 2 sharks, you can take one of the pairs that another person has already put down. It just makes them a little bit more powerful. And so in each round, there's another rule. I really like this one. This is super rule, and it still never happened. I like it. This one here. Instead of 4 mermaids to automatically win the entire game, 3 mermaids, which I've had a number of times, but never at the same time as that card being down. It will happen to me one day. I like these cards. They're nice and simple. They make certain things more powerful. But even better, they have a little icon in the bottom corner, which you might be able to see if I can get the light right. It's a little trophy with a minus sign. And some have a little trophy with a plus sign, like this one. Little trophy with a plus sign. They've introduced catch-up mechanism. And what they've done here is they've said, whoever after that round is losing, if there's a minus sign in it, they get that card. So for the next round, the person who's losing has a catch-up mechanism of their own. So just for that person, 3 mermaids would win. Or just for that person having extra points for octopuses or whatever it is. And so it's the idea that if you're behind, you've got an extra way of catching up and being in the game. And I absolutely love that. This one, for instance, this one's a plus. And this one says you can't stop the game at 7 points. You now need 10 points to say stop, or 10 points, which is a harder thing. And so that one with the plus sign means whoever's in the lead has to take that one to be in front of them. So if you're in the lead, it's harder for you to stop and get the points at the end of that round. Again, a slight catch-up mechanism. So it's a different system. Each round, therefore, is slightly different. So it adds a little bit of interest because each round you play is slightly different to the previous round. And then suddenly, each person almost has a little bit of asymmetry because you might have that person over there that can do this special thing. I might be able to do something else that's special, and there's a rule. So you've got asymmetry into the game, which I didn't realise was something that I wanted. But when I played it, I was like, wow, this feels so natural. I wouldn't add those. I wouldn't add extra pepper if I was teaching the game. I would absolutely put extra salt in. These 8 cards, these 8 new cards for extra salt, will just go into my pack and they'll stay there. There's no need to teach the game without them. They don't add much complication. So I think they're absolutely fine. They can just be in the game. But the extra pepper, I think I would teach the game and play it without it for the first few times and then say, right, now we're going to add some asymmetry and now we're going to add some end of round or in round bonuses and things like that. But overall, I think both expansions work absolutely great. And I was especially pleased when the extra pepper wasn't more cards because I just didn't think it needed any. And what is even greater, this box here, all of the expansions fit in the box with the original. So you don't need any, don't need to buy anything, there's no different way to transport them. All of the cards, including the expansions, fit in the beautiful box. And so you can carry it around with you. So there we go, we have it. Now, I rank games. This is how I rank games. I give games like the theatre, because I love the theatre. I give games a 5-star rating. 1 star is, this is a bad game. I don't get it. 2 stars is, I can see why people like it, but I don't. 3 stars is, I like this game. I would happily play it. 4 stars is I really like this game. I'd recommend playing it and recommend it to others. And 5 stars is I love this game. Let's play it again now. And I would always be wanting to play that game. I think when people are rating games, sometimes it gets too complex and too complicated. My rating is just on, do I want to play the game? 1 star is don't like it, don't want to play it. 2 stars is don't like it, but I can see why others might. 3 stars, I like it. 4 stars, really like it. 5 stars, love this game. Let's keep this simple. And Sea, Salt and Paper. There it is. Sea, Salt and Paper is a 5-star game. Sea, Salt and Paper goes right onto my top tier of games. It can travel. It's in my coat pocket almost at all times. Whenever I go places, in my coat pocket, I have Sea, Salt and Paper, just in case I'm anywhere and someone says, well, say there's a train delay or I'm at a friend's house, I've got a game in my pocket. Do you fancy a quick game? And if they know it, we can play it. If I have to teach it, it doesn't take me long. And I just think it's phenomenal. It's one of my most played games. I had a musical duo that I was in that we kind of like used part of the name as our name because we both enjoyed it so much. I just think it's a delightful game and I absolutely love playing it and highly recommend it. I love it. Let's see, 5 stars. I love this game. Let's play again now. That is my ranking. If you have enjoyed this content and have enjoyed talking about Sea, Salt and Paper with me, tell me what you think about Sea, Salt and Paper. Have you played it? Do you enjoy it? Have you been looking at possibly getting it and wondering about it? And therefore, as soon as I've talked about it, you're like, yes, it seems like a game I would enjoy. Or have I put you off the game by going, actually, that's not the kind of game I want? I'd love to know about that. Let me know in the comments. And also, please do subscribe. If you want to try and help us creators and YouTube channels, subscribing and saying hello and commenting is such a wonderful thing to do because it means we can stay engaged with you guys, we can talk to you about what you like and it allows us to keep making videos. I've really enjoyed talking about Sea, Salt and Paper today, one of my absolute favourite games of the moment. I am Alex McNeese, this is Alex on Board Games. Please subscribe, please say hello, tell me what you think, have yourself a wonderful, gamey, fun day of wonderfulness. Thank you very much.